Hello YouTube, Finger Guns Pew Pew with you back here today. Today we're going to be playing some Imperial Formation Nilfgaard. I know the meta report came out today and this is listed as the best Nilfgaard deck. I'm just using the Imperial Formation ability. It's a little bit similar, but as you'll see as we go through here that there are plenty of differences between the list that I run and the meta report. So if you want to try something that's a little bit different, definitely give this a whirl. I would say Personally, I would say that it's just as good as the version that's on the meta report, but obviously it's tailored around the way that I play and cards that I like, so maybe that's the reason that I feel like I found more success with it. We are running Collar. We always prefer this instead of Tactical Advantage or the Gin Lamp in Nilfgaard because the lock seems to be amazing for trading in round 1 with the bronzes. And also, before I get into the meat of the deck, this is a recording that I had to do separately from my stream today because I accidentally had my microphone barely unplugged whenever I went to close the door, so the audio didn't record while I was explaining the deck. But let me know in the comments if this looks okay to you guys. I'm going to start making intros eventually, so I figured this would be a great time to go ahead and learn how to do it. I'm using the Cloud app, and I upgraded to the $10 a month edition. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm pretty impressed with it so far. But I've only watched the videos on my computer, so I don't know how they're going to upload and stuff. I hope it looks good. If so, this is what I'm going to be using for the future. If not, then I'll have to look at that again and see what I can come up with. And also, for anybody that is curious about when the webcam is going to come in, it left Miami on Friday, so next week, Thursday or Friday, it should be here. I'm down in Honduras, so it takes me a long time to get here, but I'm really going to focus on channel growth, as I'll discuss later in the stream if you actually manage to watch this whole video. And once the camera gets here, I'm really going to focus on putting myself out there and growing my stream and trying to become a significant part of the streaming community that it has to offer. Okay, getting back into the deck list here, we have Damien de la Tour, Royal Decree, Stefan, and Ramon. Are pretty standard in these Imperial Formation lists right now. My personal addition up here is Karathi Heatwave because, as I've said in my previous videos right now, at least when I'm not streaming, I don't know if it's confirmation bias or what, but I feel like I run into Great Swords and like Masquerade Ball Caretaker decks a lot. But then when I stream, I don't seem to run into them as much. But since I've been playing Heatwave also, it doesn't bother me as much whenever I do run into them because I just get rid of it. Just yeet it off the map. We have Yennefer's Invocation, also really good for stealing those key cards in opponents' combo decks. Afan gets pulled out whenever we use our leader ability, so of course he's going in. We've got the Fion in here to protect the Damien and the Stefan to make sure they can trigger Bribery for the double hit with the Stefan Skellen. We've got a Sweers, Menno Cohorn, Roderick of Tinny? Not sure how that last word's supposed to be pronounced, but we have a Roderick in here, and with all of the cards that we have available as far as the Royal Decree and then Imperial Formationing out the Afan and the Menno and the Roderick, we seem to finish almost every single game with our deck completely devoid of golds. So I really like this list and running all of this stuff because it's been very, very consistent. You'll see as you watch the stream, watch the video. Sorry, this is for YouTube. We're running one Assassination, one Ardfane Tortoise, one Alba Pikeman. These two, I couldn't really decide which one I wanted to go with, so I just decided to run one of each, and I'm going to play some more with it in the upcoming days, and I might switch to where I have 2 of one and cut the other one. We have 2 Crossbowmen. We have 1 Battle Preparation to re-enable the Crossbowman if somebody gets cute and just, hits him with a couple damage. We have 2 Do-Call Guards as a filler because we can hit a decent amount of Assimilate procs if we get the Fion. That's 1, and then if we roll double Bribery, that's 3, and then anything that we Yennefer's Invocation and Roderick, like we have a good amount of ways to proc Assimilate. Not enough that we're going to throw a bunch of cards in our deck, but these seem very okay as a 4-costed filler. We have 2 Alba Spearmen. They can play for up to 7 or 8 damage depending on how many crossbowmen you have on the board with Ramon. They just have been super valuable in this deck. We have 1 Magna Division and 2 recruits. The deck list at the beginning of this video is a little bit different than the one I have now. That's because I started discussing the deck with a viewer that I had later in my stream, and decided that I had played enough games to go in and make some changes and see what I could come up with, because there were a couple of cards at the beginning that I had that I just wasn't finding proper value with. But I will put the link to this deck list in the video for anybody that wants to copy it, and you can look through the video at the beginning. I'll scroll through my deck list also, the first version that I had, and if you wanted to try the first version out, it has a little bit more graveyard removal, but it seemed slightly worse. Okay guys, enjoy the video. Make sure if you enjoy it, give me a follow or subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more upcoming content in the future. I know it's been light right now. That's just because, like I said, until the camera shows up, I'm just kind of practicing and getting comfortable streaming for people and uploading videos and talking while I'm thinking about the plays that I'm going to make, and then explaining to other people why I made those plays. But I will see you guys in the future. Everybody have a nice day. If it didn't work. Okay, let's queue up for some ranked games. Oh. Man. Bought the card back today. I wanted to switch because I forgot and queued up and saw it after the fact, but oh well. Maybe next game. Okay, we're going against an Arrakis Swarm deck. A new meta report came out today on TeamLeviathanGaming.com, if anybody keeps up with that. So I like to pull that up on a second monitor whenever I'm playing for decks that I don't play and I'm not completely familiar with. This is going to be one of them. What do we want to get rid of? Invocation, great against monsters here. We don't need the Fion right now. We don't need 2 crossbowmen, but I don't hate it. We're gonna go with it, because hopefully we can just play a bunch of soldiers and get him to quit and get into card advantage. What? Okay. Guess our opponent really wanted to get that adrenaline rush out of his hand. Is that? Oh yeah, that is in the list on the meta report. Huh. It's alright, we're just gonna slowly whittle him down here. Make him use his damage, anything he's got on these crossbowmen, I guess. We also have an Alba Pikeman we're about to put down. So the last game I played right before I turned my stream on, a guy played Egern first play as monsters, and I Yennefer's Invocationed it to the top of my deck, and he just instant conceded. First time I've had that happen in a while, but that was, I wish I'd have had that one recorded. Wow, Andy's gonna waste the Wispus. Okay. This guy really does not want these crossbowmen doing anything. Okay. Yeah, I thought about putting a leader charge into that to prevent exactly that from happening, but I decided against it. Kinda wish I'd have done it now, to be honest with you.
No passage.
Huh. It's a little bit of a tough spot. He's got a pretty good lead on us, but if he passes here, then we can go down to 4 cards and just dry pass round 2 to have a 10 card round 3, and that looks like that's going to be exactly what happens. So let's see, we need 13. I can play this for 5, so then we'll need an 8 out of Minnow. What do we need to get? looks like we might have to use a leader charge or two.
Nothing will stop us.
Okay. And we're going to use our other assassinate.
Target acquired.
One leader charge just to take this round. And then we're going to be kind of forced into dry passing. But I really wanted to have last say because I have seen this deck run, what is that card called? Glusty Warp. This deck runs Glusty Warp almost every time, and I don't want him to dump his last 4 charges and have a big Glusty Warp to end the game. We're going to get rid of one of these recruits. He doesn't have anything in the graveyard to speak of. Does he? No. So we don't need this. I'm going to hang on to the Afen and mulligan it next round so that I make sure I don't get stuck with it in the last round. I'm really surprised he quit so early and gave us last say, but I'm not complaining. And he used a leader charge. What? I am so thoroughly confused. This guy's winning the mind games. I promise you that, because I can't even imagine what's going on right now. We're going to get rid of one of these. And the Afen, of course. Okay, excellent draw. So we can Royal Decree into the Ramon. But I don't really have anything to play with. I should have saved one of those crossbowmen to play with the Ramon. I forgot I was running him. That was kind of stupid on my part. But that's okay. Yep. I'll take that. Okay, well now that's something that we can Royal Decree into instead of the Ramon for a ton of points. Is he gonna Adrenaline Rush here, I guess? Oh. Or that. We're gonna get this Magnet down and get it to start ticking, but after that we're gonna Fion into our two big boys here, try to get that ability reset and get a double bribery. If he can't do something to remove the Fion on the first turn, I think he's gonna be in for a bad time in round 3 here.
I'll do what I can.
Okay. I don't hate that. So like I said a minute ago, I guess we're going to go ahead and get our Fion out. I don't think there's anything he can do to remove this, but Monsters is pretty slim on removal, so even if he can remove it, I don't think if he buffs these up, or if we buff these up with 1 leader charge, that he'll be able to remove those also. Okay, great. We're gonna get the Stefan down first.
The revolution is inevitable, merely a matter of time.
Then we're planning on going double bribery, and then After that, we're going to go Damien if he still can't remove the Fion. He is putting up a lot of points here, but I'm not concerned. I don't think it's anything that we're not going to be able to catch up to on account of the fact that we have a last say Heat Wave also. Ooh, okay. I think I have to go with the Goliath here, though I do really like the Triss as well. What's the Triss going to play for? We have Assassinates, so that's going to play for 9. And he's got... We could get an Adrenaline Rush. Alright, we're going to go with the Triss. I feel like worst case scenario, it should be able to play for 9. Okay, well this isn't bad also. It's going to play for 10. There's nothing that we need to remove immediately, right? Nah, okay. Don't think it matters what we target. Alright, well we took too long, so the Stefan's gonna have to be next turn. Wow, I almost never do that. I was really stuck on whether I wanted to take the Goliath or the Triss there. Okay. Oh. This one's not great. Obviously, we're going to take the Striga. Also...
I'll defend the Duquesa to my dying breath.
I can't imagine he runs anything that'll be able to remove it. If it's got 9, that would be a really weird tech choice if he did. And this keeps him from having dominance. Probably one turn too late on that. Okay. We can't do anything about removing that, but we're going to go ahead and dump this leader charge. Send Afan to the top. I think on our second to last turn, we're going to Royal Decree into the Egern.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
We have an uncooperative baby right now. Hold on, Brianna. Alright, so we're all tied up here. He's not going to have much ammo for the Glusty, so I do like seeing that. Here. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with this deck, though. I've never had much trouble beating monsters with Nilfgaard. What is this guy going to take? I think it's a pretty underwhelming graveyard. It's got... Oh, yeah, that's right. He did have the Griffin. Okay. Oh, I should have removed that from the graveyard. We'll go ahead and play this. It doesn't matter what I remove now. There's nothing in there. They don't have any cards left that are going to utilize the graveyard. But we are going to have a Royal Decree into Egern. And then a Heat Wave. If he would play something that has 3 power, that would be ideal. I could Royal Decree into Sweers, but... Nope, not going to happen. Okay. Well, I think that is going to be a Glusty Warp in his hand, and he just wasted his last direct damage card. That's why I wanted to wait to snag the Egern, because I was afraid that he was going to have something to block it. So even if he removes this here, like even if he has a damage card, we should win. Because anything that he has that's going to deal damage will not be enough points to prevent the loss after I heat wave, I believe. Okay, so we can take care of it. Interesting, an Igni. Well, this was a really close one. We're going to beat him by 1. Whew. Respect to that guy. That was a very interesting deck. I was different than the meta report. There's definitely not an Igni on the meta report, and I did not expect it at all. But alright, we're down to rank 10. It's a much better start than my last stream. I don't know if anybody in chat was here for the last stream that I had, but we had some pretty bad luck queuing into Nilfgaard every time we played Greatswords, and then every time we played Nilfgaard, we would queue into something that seemed to be really good against our deck. Alright, up to rank 10, and we're on a winning streak, so hopefully we can keep that going. We grab 2 of these win ticks at a time.
Humans have no place in Broccolon.
Yeah, sorry, SF, I just saw your message. Yes, it's a new deck. I went through and explained it the same way I did with the ones before, but also my microphone may have not been plugged in right because I think I yanked it a touch whenever I went out to close the door. So for my YouTube video, I might have to go back and create a different video. That'll be a neat learning experience. Okay, so anybody that has been playing a decent amount this patch probably knows this list that I'm about to be going up against. I'm guessing it's this hybrid elf deck that is super obnoxious and probably just the best deck in the game right now. I find myself going up against this quite a bit. Already? What? Okay. Well, instead of playing something for him to get a damage out of that, we're just going to assassinate it. Alright. That was a really strange opening sequence from him. Really seems like a waste of the Call of the Forest. Dub it in bad Spanish. Yeah, I mean, my Spanish isn't good enough to be dubbing anything, but I guess, you know, I could go Kung Fury style. And just kind of make it up. What? A bomb? Okay. Well, we're gonna Ramon and get out this crossbowman. Kill one of his elves in case he's got an Isengrim to play later that boosts all the elves. Really, with the cards that we have in hand and the way this guy's played so far, it looks like we're going to be able to probably win on even. Because anything he plays to get ahead, we can Invo or Heat Wave. Really, I want to save the Heat Wave in case he plays Feign Death. Yo no uso Heat Wave porque tal vez él usa un tarjeta Feign Death. That's for USF. Okay, he used one of his poisons. There's not a lot of removal in this deck, so I think we're okay to go ahead and use the Fion instead of saving it for the Stefan Damien later. We're definitely going to go for that. If I were him, I would probably pass here. I can't imagine he can get ahead and stay ahead. But we're about to find out. I've got a second crossbowman that I'm going to lay down here if he continues. Okay, maybe he still has more poison. Who knows?
The wilds shall
The only other poison that I think this deck runs is the Weeping Willow. Well, I won't say the only other, because normally I don't think this deck runs Forest Whisperer. I think it runs the Dryads, Dryad Ranger for its poison cards. 2 of those in Weeping Willow, but this one, what is? Okay, well, it's not the meta deck that we thought it was, so there's that.
What is it now?
But we're just gonna keep playing him with bronzes here, and hopefully he starts wasting good cards. Interesting.
Your next move shall be your last!
He might get us to pass here because I don't want to waste these cards unless he makes me use them and play something worthwhile. Because he's just played a bunch of garbage bronzes and his Call of the Forest. I mean, I don't. Okay, that is good enough for me to use a Yennefer's. Obviously, I don't want to play the Afen because we can throw him back in our deck. That was a pretty rough mulligan. We can play the Stefan here if we absolutely have to. I really don't want to give him last say because he's Squiatel, so he's got to be playing Great Oak. Oh, pff. Yep. Okay. Let's get that out of here. We're going to give him an opportunity to just pass on even. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll draw. I am more than okay with that. In a short round against Squiatel, where I'm going to have hopefully I can draw into my Royal Decree and a Bribery. That's ideal. Or a Menno Cohorn, same thing as the Bribery. Don't really want these cards right now. Well, obviously we're not going to keep the Afan. Okay. Well, that's good. We can at least get a double Bribery.
What do you need me to do?
We're going to double buff it so that he can't use 5 from... I mean, he still can kill it if he has a Nature's Rebuke, but we're going to make him have it. Okay. Well, this is probably the card that deals damage. I think it's called Serpent Trap. Deals damage like every time. Oh, no, it just poisons us. Okay, sick. We're going to take this because it does play for 6. It's a Dryad, and we're going to be playing an Elf to trigger the Harmony in a minute. So that's more than if we play the Aileron. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and use the second Bribery. Okay, or we're just going to go ahead and get a double poison here. It's pretty sick.
Daisies stand tall, dead one push you high.
Alright, sick enough that he just decided to concede. Can't say that I blame him, that one was looking pretty grim. Moving on up. Oh, wait. Okay, we're probably going to play a couple more. I don't have a lot of time to play tonight. I wanted to stream much earlier, but I got caught up doing some family stuff and couldn't get couldn't get the house quiet enough to fire my stream up. I didn't want there to be a bunch of yelling in Spanish in the background. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow again, but with with the way it goes here sometimes, you never know. It's going to be hard for me to have a set schedule on account of my job and the fact that I have a newborn baby and an 8-year-old, and it gets a little hectic here sometimes. Not that it matters right now. I don't think anybody's particularly concerned. Got my number 1 fan, SF, and 1 random in the chat today. That's what I like to see. I'll take it. It's better than the none I had last time for a little bit. A10, welcome to the channel. Okay, so we're gonna... This is the second win Skellige list that we put these in here for, so we're gonna keep it, even though we don't need it for round 1. We do have the crossbowman. Hopefully we can Swears one of his targets that are supposed to come back from the graveyard. We'll keep the Roderick, I guess. I'm going to throw back the Royal Decree. A pikeman. Okay, actually I'm going to throw back the Roderick too. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We can double bribery if necessary. I don't... Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're going to Swears that. So let's go ahead and damage that. That, or if he decides to blow his tactical advantage on it, then we can put a pikeman in the melee row and just have to... Nice. No. Bad opponent. Bad. Gonna assassinate that, obviously, instead of playing into the double longship with my bronzes. Just seems bad for business. Really hoping he doesn't think about the Swears and use his tactical advantage on this. They are called longships. Yeah, on crate longship. Alright. Well, that's going to remove our barricade, so we're not going to be getting the pings from the crossbowmen. But that's okay. Excellent.
Come on, stalkers! We ride!
I'm trying to think of the removal he has. In my Skellige list, I don't run anything that can do more than 6 damage. So I believe...
Off 3 heads with 1 blow.
Excellent. I'll take it. Okay, 1 great sword down. We have 1 more great sword and a dagger 2 blades that we need to get rid of. So the next one's probably going to get the old Karathi Yeet Wave.
Modern Freya will protect us.
Scrubbing duty again.
I really have no problems letting him ping away with this thing because right now it's not providing any benefit.
Patient,
wow.
but she brooks
Okay.
no insult.
Well, that gives our Alba Pikeman a target, so I don't hate it. We're not going to use the leader charge. I'm kind of tempted to use it to get the Pikeman out of range for stunning blow. But ultimately, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think we need it to win this round. Drakkar, okay. That's a little bit annoying. Huh. Well, we can't give this deck last say.
Evolution is
That's
inevitable, merely a matter
it's
of
really critical that we have last say so that they can't boat to end the game and murder us. This, after the long ship ping, we'll put it at 7. So this should be enough to keep us in the lead. I don't think he'll be able to remove it. I can't think of anything that he would have. Excellent. That's not going to do it. That's a little unfortunate. Don't mind if I do. This is almost certainly going to get a pass from him. This double bribery will win us round 1. Do we want the great sword? Yeah, I guess. Alright, so we win on even. We get to keep 2 leader charges. Our goal going into round 2 is we're going to try to heatwave his dagger or his greatsword, whatever he has available to use in round 2. We have a little greatsword of our own here. We don't need this right now. No, we can try to draw one in round 3 if need be. Okay, fantastic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this greatsword and give it 1. He can waste the Giga Scorpion on it if he really wants to, and I will be okay with that. Nope, he does not. Does he have anything? He doesn't have anything really in his graveyard that I'm worried about him using his leader ability on. But we're going to push in hard because we still have the Afan to pull out when we use our last leader charge, and we have a Damien to reset our leader ability. Beautiful.
Accept our sacrifice!
A Nilfgaard, okay. Not bad to get out of him.
New orders? No.
We're going to make him play one more card. I feel like we could trade up the recruit. That's why we were going in that hard. The Nilfgaard is really nice to get out. But if we can... Okay. Well... I really want to use... Can we just win the game here? I think we can win. That'll get rid of 7. We're going to use our leader ability. We're going to make him blow... we're going to make him blow whatever he's got in his hand and use his leader ability. We're not... I take it back. We're not going to win the game, but we're going to be in a great spot. Beautiful. So we still have the Ramon to pull into... I mean, all he can use for cards in his graveyard anyway is Freya's Blessing. So I'm not that worried about him getting like one of these things out. This is a little bit of a weird Skellige list. I will SF, but I don't know how. Let's see. SF. Oh, there you go. You're modded. Well, it's a short... Oh. And obviously you see that we just draw abysmally. But on the bright side, we should be able to Roderick... Oh, he's got a Gettyneath? What? Oh, this is bad. Well, hopefully he doesn't have Druids in his hand. This is a Druid. So he has 1 Bronze Druid. We're going to remove that in case he has a Freya's Blessing. I don't love it, but we really want to try to prevent this from getting triggered. Hopefully we can Roderick. I think Roderick should... Yeah, Roderick really does something good because we can either decree or minnow if we need. That hurts. Well, it's not great.
Push on! No mercy!
Do we want Ramon or do we want Damien? The Ramon plays for 7, 9, and then allows this to... Okay, we definitely want the Damien.
We need no help from outsiders.
I still don't think we win. Especially if he triggers this last Geddeneath chapter, then we're dead in the water, I believe. I don't know that there's a card in his hand that we would beat. Okay, well that's a pretty bad card.
The great mother's
Puts him-
graces bind
Oh,
us.
never mind, it's a druid. I guess that seemed like supposed to be some BM. I mean, there's no other reason for him to kill his own unit there. Love to see it. Guy wins the game, has to show his ass. He can't just, you know, be happy with winning. So we're going to go ahead and skip that GG. Man, drawing into Geddeneath in round 3 in a short round and getting all the chapters off, that was... We draw 2 bronzes and a Roderick, he draws Geddeneath and 2 druids. It be like that sometimes.
Rena, my Rena.
I think I might get rid of these Arbalists. They have the soldier tag, and I wanted to have them for greatsword decks. But really, I think we just have enough ways to get rid of greatsword, either with Sweers or the Heatwave or the Yennefer's Invocation anyway, that they might be kind of overkill. Hopefully put something in the melee row so I can start out with the pikeman. Sweet, not an Andrega larva. You love to see it.
How bright it shines.
And you put those in the melee row. Let's go. He's probably going to get natural selection, or he's probably got a predatory dive that he's going to use here. Yep. No real surprises there. Let's get our Maggie down and let it start ticking away. I could have put 1 leader charge on it to get it out of natural selection range, but I'm really not that worried about this surviving. I don't want to let him have round 1, but with it being a monsters deck, I would imagine that he's going to spend pretty heavily, if necessary, to make sure he takes it. So a more realistic goal here is to get him to spend.
Just
Interesting. I wanted to use the Stefan, but if he has a second predatory dive, that's just a game-losing play. So I got this crossbowman out first. If he doesn't remove it, I'm planning on using the Stefan double bribery. If he does remove it, I'm probably just going to pass. Okay, he didn't remove it, so he can't predatory dive to remove the Stefan.
What do you need me to do?
We're going to buff that twice so that he doesn't have the ability to remove it. Never mind, he's running a Karathi Heatwave. Certainly didn't expect that. Well, that's going to be enough that we just pass. We're down too much. We already spent 2 leader charges. That was more than I wanted. I really hate that he's going to have last say, but hopefully our Heatwave and Yennefer's Invocation can just be enough removal that it's irrelevant. I think I'm going to get rid of the recruit. I would like to pull into my second Ardfane crossbowman. Okay, perfect. Because I want a Roderick into Ramon. Or at least attempt to Roderick into Ramon. Or I could just Royal Decree into Ramon, I guess. Because there's really not anything else that I'm going to need to use my Royal Decree for. Yeah, definitely now. I hope he pushes me. I think he was just getting down to 7 cards. But if he pushes me, that would be great. Trying to bleed me. Yeah. Since we can go down to 7 cards here, instead of taking the extra mulligan, I guess we will take the extra mulligan. Because we have the Aphon, so that extra mulligan might be pretty beneficial for us. I wanted to use my Arbalist instead, but he really doesn't have anything in his graveyard worth removing. Okay, so we have 3. We're going to get rid of that for the reason that we said a second ago. We got our Invocation, that's beautiful, and then we have access to the Swears via Roderick. So this is about as good as we're going to get. I don't know what we want to put down first here. Because he probably has Predatory Dive. I guess we'll roll our bribery first. Ooh, an Imlerith. Well, be a lot cooler if we had something to use that on. Special cards. Are there any special cards we could get that would play? That is a no. So I guess we're just going to Imlerith. Maybe I should have saved the bribery. I really don't want to waste the soldier tags on nothing here. Yep, okay, predatory dive or bribery. I'm sure he probably likes that. Okay. Guess we'll just start getting soldiers down. Could have just used spearmen on that, but Kind of want to save this. I'm going to fee on next turn to protect my crossbowman if he doesn't remove it. This is some kind of weird monster control list he's running it seems like, with the Triss, and he's had just nothing but removal almost. Well, that just gives us a big target for crossbowmen to keep pinging, so I'm not mad at it. Got 2 soldiers now so we can wedge the spearman in between. But I think we kind of want to go ahead and get our Damien down while the Fion's here, if he doesn't remove the Fion. So that's definitely getting the invocation so that he doesn't have it in the graveyard for Osril. We'll play it later off of the Roderick. We can use our last leader charges to get the Aphion out of our deck first so that we can make sure that we grab the Egern. Well, that's getting the Yeet Wave. 17 power. Yeah, that's just too rich to pass up. So we still have 2 assassinations because we have one via the Menno. That's the only card available in our deck. For his Osril, what does he have? 5 is the biggest. I don't think we have anything bigger than 5. Oh yeah, we did get that Imlerith. Interesting. I just wanted to do this so that we can get the Egern out, because we really didn't have a play that I was terribly in love with. If he has the Igni, like that last Monsters deck we played, then we're gonna regret that play a little bit. But this is, like, even with the Frightener, yeah, okay, I was gonna say he's down by almost 30 points, and I don't think he gets through the Fion. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even realize we were on the boost units 20 times step of this quest. Excellent. Well, let's go into an unranked match just to get the 1 boost. I didn't even think about that. Imperial formation's perfect for that quest. And then there was 1. It's just me and you again, SF.
You want peace? Fight for it.
It's alright. That's the hardest part. Is whenever you start a channel, getting anybody to stick around. Eventually, I think once I have a face cam, that'll help a lot. So I'm going to start spamming not spamming, but I'm going to start putting myself in the subreddit and the Discord a lot more. This is unranked. We really just wanted to get the one boost.
Dwarfs. What are they without their armor?
What? I passed and this guy plays Siege. I'm so confused.
Might not like me, but you sure as shit need me.
We'll find the princess and wait.
What is this guy doing? I'm getting memed real hard right now. Okay. I tried to pass, but old boy here was having absolutely none of it. Oh, Brianna, calm down. No. He thinks he can lose better than us? I don't think so. It's like that South Park episode, SF, where all the little kids are trying to lose so that they can start their summer. That guy dumped his entire hand to try to give me the win, and I wouldn't take it. Let the summer begin. Okay. Back up to 2 viewers according to this. I don't know where it will show me who the viewers are. The only thing I can do is look at the users in chat, I think. Welcome back. Yeah, dude. Play 40 unit cards. Well, should be easy enough to finish in like 3 matches. What are you playing right now, SF? You still playing Monster Hunter?
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Old girl wants to go to the club tonight and do some dancing, so I'm gonna have to eventually get off of here so I can get absolutely tanked. Because I definitely am not going to that club sober. It's against everything I stand for. I guess we'll decree into Ramon. Seems okay.
Then not today! We see him tomorrow!
double cross list. This is something that I've really been wanting to try. So Fernandez, how this works is his leader ability allows him to look at my hand and create an extra copy of one of my cards and play it. Yeah, you can't purify armor, big guy.
I divined this move from a sparrow's innards.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be bad drunk, but I don't think it'll be just as bad. Oh, nice. Masquerade Ball. You guys know what we do to Masquerade Ball.
Accuses me. Never.
I want to steal it, but I'm not going to put it on top of my deck because there are cards that will allow him to swap the cards on top of my deck with the cards on top of his deck, so I don't have any aristocrats, do I? No, thank God. Okay. Yeet. Wonder if that'll get the forfeit. A lot of times these caretaker scenario decks, when I'm not streaming, they'll just straight forfeit. If they play their scenario and I remove it from the game, they're like, no thanks.
The hounds have come to scent. Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Cowards, I like it.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Huh. Interesting.
Target acquired.
He's wasting a lot this round. His scenario, he's used his hunter and one of his poisons.
Stars contend you
And
shall
if he's gonna win the round, he's gonna have to use another poison. I actually might Fion here just so that he can't target those units to poison them again. I think that is what I'm gonna do actually.
There's order! Head out, feed!
And now if he plays another card, he should be down and we can just give him the pass to go up a card. Nah. Now we can play our spearman first. Okay. It's unfortunate. But I guess when he plays it, we're just going to invocation it right back.
Potatoes with thick gravy.
Is he going to take the Ramon?
Just a peek. That is all I need.
No, he can't take the Ramon. What am I talking about? Okay, well, we're going to give him the pass. I guess.
We go where the Empire has not yet reached.
Because if he has a poison that he can play on his next turn, then it's very possible that we just play in one of our really good cards for no reason. Oh man, we've got a spare viewer. Welcome to the channel, Kassenschlager.
All these signs can
Alright.
mean but one thing.
What does that translate to? I feel like I just said something dirty in German. Oh no, box office hit. Okay. Interesting. The only thing that we really care if we get is the bribery. So I guess I'm going to mulligan just to try to get the Roderick or the bribery, which is basically the same thing. Assassinate, not bad. Okay. Easy pass. Actually, I guess I would like to get the Roderick because, like, Roderick bribery would be perfect. That way, whenever he plays the Fion, I can Yennefer's Invocation it to the top of my deck, and then I can replay it. Oh boy. Okay, well, at least we got the Roderick. So, we're not going to get the double bribery. Oh wait, yeah, we still have the Menno in hand. Yes, we are. JK. Unless he removes it, obviously.
I wonder what my snares would have captured this time.
New orders? No.
We're going to keep taking our time because we really want to be able to invocation his Fion so that we can protect our Damien and our Stefan.
Famous last words right there.
This is definitely not a meta deck that this guy is playing. Seen a lot of interesting cards. The Dandelion Poet, I think, is kind of bad right now, but you know, whatever makes him happy. Okay, so there's the Fion. Perfect. Now we can Yennefer's Invocation that, and we can blow our leader charges to guarantee that our Roderick hits. Oh no, we can't guarantee that our Roderick hits because we do have 4 bronzes in here, or 4 golds in here after we Yennefer's Invocation that. Well. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Don't hit the Damien, please. Okay, rolls into Roderick. Perfectly acceptable. I really thought he was going to hit the Damien or the Stefan. Another spy. Alright, keep putting cards over here, big guy.
Enough. Let us finish this.
Well.
Onward, onward.
Haha, that's so perfect. That is perfect. It doesn't get the battle prep on it, but now we can guarantee that we can either get double bribery or that we can get our leader ability reset. I think we're going to go with the leader ability. We'll buff this up a bit. Oh, you know what? That was a slight misplay. We shouldn't have buffed the Fion above the Damien, because now if he has treason, actually he can remove the Damien. That was a really stupid play on our part. I didn't think about the fact that I was playing Nilfgaard. That's okay. He doesn't have it. SF, do you see that? The first time I said on stream, as long as he doesn't have it, and he didn't have it. Oh, this poor guy. So he spied with this card. He thought he was going to be able to pick the recruit, but he was not, because we have a defender here preventing anything from being targeted. Okay, well that should allow us to get our Stefan down. We're going to buff it up one for no particular reason. I don't believe that there's anything he can do to take it. And then we're going to Menno into our bribery. And then we even have a Roderick to get our Sweers out to steal his Van Morlehem Hunter. If this game's over, I guess he hasn't realized that yet. We're gonna put the Menno right here next to our leader, or our defender. So this would be a 4, since I'm about to get a second bribery. Or we could poison. That seems like the play. See if we get a second poison here, and we did. Okay. There's a row reset, not particularly useful. No. We could get cute and greedy, but we're just gonna poison this and put this game to bed. A 36-point lead with 3 cards left. Not much he can do about it. I don't think. Stuck at rank 6, use a similar deck. This is rank 10 right now, Kassenschlager. I just started streaming about a week ago, and I get pretty busy, unfortunately, with family life, so I'm not as high rank as I want to be, but I'm planning on grinding to pro rank this season. Do you have a deck list for yours? I put it in the beginning of my stream, but I guess something that I need to start doing is I can export the deck list, so anybody that wants to see it can access it while the stream is going on. Let me go export it, and I'll put it in chat. There's the list if you want to take a look at it. And since since it's not like we're super rife with viewers anyway, I can run through it again really quick and tell you what I put in it and why I decided to put that stuff in it. Because maybe it'll give you some ideas that are different than the version that you created. I'd also like to see your list if you have it available, because maybe you came up with some stuff that I didn't think of to put in this deck. But I ran Heatwave primarily because when I'm not streaming, we run into a lot of Skellige Greatswords and Caretaker Scenario decks. When I am streaming, that does not seem to be the case, but what can you do? We've got the Damien, obviously, and the Stefan and Royal Decree. Those are pretty standard issue. I did put Ramon in here with a Soldiers package. I put double Recruit, only one's premium, because I'm poor. We have 2 Magni Divisions, 2 Alba Spearmans, 2 of these Arbalists for more graveyard removal. I'm not sold on them. I don't think they've been useful yet, because we already have the Sweers and the Yennefer's Invocation and the Karathi Heatwave to make sure that important stuff doesn't go into their graveyard. So I'm going to give it a couple more games, and then I'll probably take these for some different 4s. We've got 2 crossbowmen since we're running Ramon. We've got a pikeman, double assassination. I'm thinking about switching the pikeman out also to run either run the turtle or the Nilfgaardian knights for Ramon. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Nilfgaardian knight just seems better because we usually Ramon at the beginning of a round anyway, but maybe I'm crazy. Actually, we're going to try out, but I don't know what I want to put in here. I could put 2 poisons in, but we're not running a cupbearer. Seven cost. Yeah, I also don't feel like I can realistically put cupbearer in. Maybe if I cut the pikeman for an extra 4 provision card and got rid of the Roderick. But I don't like that. Alright, yeah, let's see it. What do you got? We'll pull it up over here for anybody else that happens to be watching the stream that wants to see it. So some slight differences. Hold on, let me fancy this up here. Damien. Okay, so you're running, this looks like the list that is on the meta report based on the Leo Bonhart. Are you running did you make this yourself, or is this from the meta report that Team Leviathan released today? So right here where you opted to go with the Leo, I guess I opted to go with the Heatwave. It's kind of a similar thing. We both, yeah, you have the Ramon in here also. The Bribery, Menno, Swears. Yes, wow, your deck is extremely similar to mine. So you're running a few more 4s so that you can put double Tortoise, a Diviner, and some Knights in. Yeah, this is something that you have a lot of cards in here that I thought about putting into mine, but it's like a lot of people seem to have this almost exact bronze package playing this deck, so I wanted to try something a little different out and see how I like it. I'm not sold on the battle preparation. That's one that I'm not crazy about, but I guess it's useful for the crossbowmen to re-enable their barricade ability. Let's see. Let's put it back over on my second monitor and take a look what we've got. I'm going to keep the Heatwave in there because Heatwave's just been a really good card for me. Oh, your list is exactly the same. I thought so, but I wasn't positive. We have, what else did you have? There was something else different. So we have assassinations. You have 1 Tourney Joust in as your source of removal, and the Leo. Huh. Either way, I think now's a good time to make some tweaks now that we've seen what can reasonably be expected out of this. I want to remove 1 Magni. It never feels good to have 2 of these in your hand. We're going to remove both of these. Let's see what 4 cost soldiers we have. We could grab these assimilate guys because it'll make them a 6-point play whenever we do the double bribery, or 7 if we play Fion, or anything with Yennefer's. I don't hate them. Damage boost enemy by 3. These also have assimilate. They just seem objectively worse though. Yeah, we'll put these in there. And because we have access with our Royal Decree and our Leader ability and Menno Cohorn, I think I might just get rid of the Roderick so that I can change this around a bit and get these tortoises in my deck. I I did want to put a purify in. That's something that I was thinking about. So let's look. What can we cut? The Bagni's good to demand removal. I guess I can cut. I'm going to cut one of these Ducal cards. Just don't need them. We need to get rid of 17 provisions and 3 cards. Okay. What do I have at the top that you don't? 10, an 11 and 4 10s. We have an 11 and 4 10s. You have 3 9s, 3 9s, 3 8s, 3 8s. No, I only have, yeah, 3 8s. And then I have the 6. Yeah, you just have slightly more 4-cost cards, I guess, because you're running that Tourney Joust and Battle Preparation down at the bottom. I'm going to cut that. I don't think we really need the Purify. So we need to cut 2 provisions. See, this is the exact same situation that I was running into, so I think gosh, tough. I think I'm going to cut the pikeman, actually, since we have the crossbowman, and maybe run like one knight or 1 tortoise as my secondary Ramon target. So this will come out with what, 4 armor? Yeah, the tortoise is just better. And yes, we're going to cut 1. We could cut 1 pikeman, or we could cut 1 assassination. Maybe we don't need 2 assassinations. We already have removal with the Yennifers and the Heat Wave, and we can roll into it with the Stefan, and then we Ramon the crossbowman. We have a good bit of damage. So I think I'm actually going to cut 1 assassination. Okay, and we have to put 2 4s back in. They definitely need to have soldier tags. We'll put the second guy of this in then. And we're going to run 1 battle prep pool. I might actually like that addition that you have in yours, because we can re-enable the crossbowman. I don't. Yeah, sorry, I just got back to reading chat. I had your deck pulled up on my second monitor to see the differences. Yeah, the Nilfgaard Knights set up the Leo. That's true. I'm really just not crazy about Leo as a card. I don't find myself getting beat by tall removal all that much. That's why I do see a lot of people running Leo or something similar, but I think I'm going to keep it like this until I see more tall removal kicking my teeth in. So we made a few changes. We'll go back and try this and see what we think of the changes. This will be our 3-game winning streak, so this will put us up into rank 9 if we can get the W here. And I think this will be the last game for us to finish up our seasonal quest to play 40 units. Welcome to the channel, Commander Root. It's nice to have you. So for the 2 of you guys, SF, by the way, is a real friend of mine. He's usually in my stream lurking, because, you know, he's cool like that. And he also is my lone moderator, funny enough. But I just started streaming like a week ago. I don't have a webcam yet. I ordered one, but I live in Honduras right now, working for the army as a civilian. So I'm waiting for that webcam to get here. It should be here on Thursday or Friday. And that will... I'll have that set up, hopefully coming into next weekend. What do we want to get rid of? I guess we're going to throw the bribery back since we have the Menno. Of course, yeah, we pull the FN. Well, you don't like seeing that. We don't even really have a great play. We don't have a good proactive play. Wish we'd have got one of these Ducal guards of the Magni division. Yuck. Guess we're just gonna Ramon.
Not today! Tomorrow!
Since we can at least block off the melee row. But yes, also for both of you guys, for my channel, I'm gonna, once I get that camera in, I'm gonna start trying to make a steady schedule and working to grow my channel a little more actively. Right now I'm just kind of streaming sporadically as basically practice to get into, you know, being comfortable streaming for people and playing while talking through my thought process and interacting with chat. But once the camera gets here, hopefully my stream's gonna get a lot better. Oh, he put that in the melee row. What? And he put a charge on it. What? I feel like he's trying to get us to waste our collar on that, but we're not going to. Like, that just allows our pikemen to get value.
No passage.
But also what I'm going to be going for is I want to hit pro rank and play at pro rank with decks that are like off meta. I know a lot of the big streamers that I see tend to play the same things that you find on meta reports, and I personally get a little bit bored of watching like the exact list copy and pasted. I know some people are into that, but that's just not my cup of tea, I guess. This is a pretty heavy commitment. We can Swears this and use our collar. And that might be enough to draw the pass from him. That was a pretty big play. He gave us a perfect Swears with that Ramon. Hopefully he doesn't Swears it back. I should have buffed it one time, actually, to prevent that. Well, he's blowing all of his leader charges. I am perfectly okay with this. We're just going to keep blowing bronzes, see what we can get him to waste. After next turn, his Magni's going to be dead. So we'll stop getting value out of the pikemen, but these have been the MVPs of this round. I'm extremely tempted to pass. That would put us up by 8. Oh man. Tempting. Or I could Royal Decree and not say oh, how tough. Yeah, we're gonna pass. Let him have this round if he really wants it that bad. He's already used 3 leader charges. I think we're either gonna go two cards up, or we're gonna get him to blow the rest of his leader ability to pull his Afan out of the deck. Another crossbowman, that's not going to be enough.
We go where the Empire has not yet reached.
Perfect. We're just going to go on a mission to get some of our golds out of the deck. Really love to see like Damien or Stefan or Fion. And I want to have the Yennefer's Invocation in hand because I really want to be able to Karathi Heatwave his Fion, and then Yennefer's his Damien when he plays it, so that I can have two. Still feel like I'm pretty new to the game. Most of my losses are because I don't know the matchups. Yeah, no, I'm not hating on you for net decking Kostenschlager. That's, some people enjoy it. I personally don't. That's why I try to stay away from it. I don't hate watching streamers that do net deck, and you know, I'm not mad at people when they do it. It's just not for me. Oh wow, if that wasn't a perfect draw, I don't know what is. So now our Roderick guarantees Fion or a bribery, but he probably does have Yennefer's Invocation. We're definitely gonna send the Aphon back. Fion, wow. I guess we send back the Tortoise then? Sure. I should have buffed it one more time if I was going to buff it at all. This is the perfect assassinate target. I'm sure I'm going to regret playing that. But yeah, I hear you, Kostenschlager. I've only been playing for maybe a month and a half. I'm pretty new myself compared to all of the other streamers. That's why I just got the stream up and running not that long ago. I know what you mean about losing because you don't know the matchups and you do something silly. Oh, beautiful.
Is my ward.
Yes, sir.
Under my protection.
Hiya. Well, now we can freely blow the Damien. Do we Fion? Yeah, I guess we Fion first. And eat the Yennefer's Invocation with the Fion? I guess?
You will see it in your
I don't know, but then we can't guarantee that we get a double bribery.
Let their blood break their bones and spirit!
Do we give this armor to eat some damage? I am going to do that because if he uses a Yennefer's Invocation, I don't want this to be a perfect target. If he's running the Leo, then we're going to regret that, which also is entirely possible. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, that's something that I didn't consider. Really, really stupid of me. Oh, wow. Well, we need to get rid of that. Do we have an assassination left? Yeah, we do. I guess we're just going, but then we can't get the bribery out. Or can we? Yeah, we still can, so that's okay.
The Empire will be victorious.
I don't think we have any. I don't think we're even gonna have any damage left either. That feels bad. Okay, well, since we have a second Damien in the deck,
From outsiders.
I'm gonna hit this one time, and then we'll pull our Afen out next turn, unless he does something about it. Okay, well, he's just gonna Yennefer's it back. Yeah, that's about right. We'll Royal Decree out Damien number 2.
I'll defend the Duquesa to my dying breath.
Surely if he removes this, he won't be able to remove the Stefan also. Beautiful.
What do you need me to do?
So that's going to get a heat wave. We don't want him to get double bribery. That's our thing.
The continent will quake beneath Nilfgaardian hoof.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to make sure that I could remove the Stefan and the Damien before he could trigger them, because that was how we were planning on winning this matchup to begin with. That's why I was so desperate to make sure I got the Fion off the board after I played like an idiot and let him Sweers that. But that's alright, we're learning. There you go, Kostenschlager. That's an example of one of the stupid things that I did that could have been game losing. I mean, I guess it still could be, but I don't think he'll be able to get back into this. We are going to Roderick into the bribery right now to try to stop his Damien.
No mercy!
Ooh. We could Sweers the Avalok or Sweers. I think we're just going to Damien again. Getting Damiens for days. I don't know how many Damiens have been played this game, but far too many.
Nothing will stop us.
Yuck. That's a really weak play.
Oh, plus this
We're gonna spread the love around. Doesn't matter what we put on top of our deck. But we're gonna spread it around just to try to not play into. Alright, well, we could roll our bribery again with Stefan because it's fun, but we're not gonna BM him like that. I personally don't feel like it's bad manners if you want to finish playing out your hand because maybe you have quests or, you know, you just enjoy finishing the game. But there was a Reddit post a couple weeks back, if you guys didn't see it, where some people get like super mad, I guess, whenever you play out your hand if they pass instead of forfeiting. So I don't want to hurt any feelings here. Gosh, that bell noise is loud. Scared the hell out of me. Okay. Got some keys. Oh yes, lovely seasonal quest keys. Gonna finish out our Skellige tree here because I haven't finished very many trees. I guess I'm gonna go Nilfgaard next. I always find myself going back to Nilfgaard to play them some more, but their tree was set up so horribly. This just looks extremely daunting to get through. That's why I decided to go with the Skellige one. Whenever I was new, there was a lot of ore right at the beginning for me to hit so that I could go buy kegs, which is exactly what I'm going to go do right now.
Customer right always.
I want to build a syndicate deck, and I feel like I need the most cards from that faction. Actually, let's go look. Hey, Brianna. No. Got my little 3-month-old baby sitting right here next to me. She's been extremely good. She's been napping while I've been streaming, but I'm probably going to have to go pretty soon because the dream is over. She's alive. She is awake. So we need 20 monsters cards still. We only need 12 Northern Realms, 14 Nilfgaard, 9 Squietel. Interesting. We need 13 Skellige, and we need a lot of Syndicate. Okay, yeah, Syndicate kegs it is then. I'm going to open these kegs, and then I'm going to end the stream because I got to step in front of this train before it gets ahead of steam. Hey, come here. Come here. You want to hang out with Dad? Yeah, come on. What's the last card you need for your Syndicate deck? yeah, I don't think I have that one either. I don't have a lot of Syndicate cards. I think the faction's really cool. It's just, whenever I was new and didn't have a whole lot of the cards for Syndicate, it's like, it seemed really daunting. I didn't want to waste my wild cards on a faction that's like very complex, and I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. But now that I've got almost all of the good gold cards from all the factions I play the most, really everything but monsters basically. I like the idea of monsters, but in card games, just having a few big units is always bad. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, come on, work your magic, give us something good. Hi-ya! We already have the passive Flora. Could get Profit or... well, pretty garbage options. I guess we're going to take this in case we make an NR Shields deck in the future at some point. Witch Hunters. How many cards even have this tag? What? Yeah, that's usually the kind of rare choices we get, but... or legendary choices we get, but I'm not going to complain. Anytime you open less than 10 kegs and get a legendary, it's a good time. Hey, time to go scrap this and see what we get. How many scraps we get, that is. Because we just need one rare, I believe, to finish our stupid... yeah, you can see right here, I looked at the meta report and I was like, yeah, okay, I've played against this deck a lot, so I'm going to try it on my... I'm going to play it on my next stream, so that ideally I can learn how to beat it. I had a Xavier in here because... again, I really hate getting beat by stuff that comes back from the graveyard, but that was my 8-point filler, because that's what I was missing. And then, unowned, what have we got? What was it that I am missing? Yeah, no, Aileron, that's what it's called. Aileron. So this is allegedly the best deck in the game right now. It's on, if you look at teamleviathangaming.com/meta, for anybody that hasn't already looked at this website right here. It shows you all of the decks that this group of people in charge of this website believe are seen most on the ladder and their strength level. They have Precision Strike Hybrid, that deck that I just made because I wanted to try out, listed as tier 1. And then tier 2 is Precision Strike Harmony, Blood Money, wild card. Second Wind Skellige. I'm still not sold on that. I love it. I've played a lot of Skellige since they finally fixed it and made it a faction that's playable. But I don't even think it's a tier 2 deck because there are just too many ways to counter it, either via graveyard removal or Sweers. I just find myself having a hard time getting stuff to make it through a round. And usually I can't even get a good Second Wind or Freya's Blessing because they remove it from my graveyard too. There's a lot of graveyard hate going around. Thank Caretaker for that. And the fact that Second Wind is probably the most played deck since the patch. Okay, but like I said a minute ago, that's going to end the stream. Make sure, if you guys enjoy the content, again, I will have a webcam in about 1 week. It should be here and set up for the next weekend. So if you enjoy the stream, give me a like and go check out my YouTube channel. It's the same name. Sorry, I said like, I meant follow. I was going to say if you enjoy the content, feel free to follow, and that way it'll let you know whenever I go live. And my YouTube channel is the exact same as my Twitch channel, but whenever you search for it on YouTube, it'll correct it to spell finger the right way, and you have to click no, I meant what I said, and then it'll let you go view it. But I'll put a link to that really quick in the chat. Here, I'll actually show you what I was talking about. Hold on, Brianna, hold on. I know you're upset. Oh, see, it goes to it for me because I've already been to my page, but it says right here, did you mean finger guns? Oh. Interesting. I think it just goes to my channel because I've searched for myself plenty on here to upload stuff. But that's my YouTube channel. I have a few videos on there already, just 3, but I'm gonna put a couple of the interesting games from this stream on that channel as well. That's usually how I run it, and I'm gonna try to upload content 4 or 5 days a week once that camera gets in to both Twitch and YouTube. But hope you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the stream. It's nice having a couple people in here today. Maybe I will see you all tomorrow. I'm planning on streaming at around noon Eastern time if I can get peace and quiet time away from the family. But you guys take care. I'll see you later.